each day we'll be tapping into a different element. So the main element for release is water, the water element. And the reason being the water element is because water is a fluid, beautiful flowing energy, and whether you connect to a ocean or a river or a waterfall, all of these water sources are so pure and flowing and full of life and energy, and just bringing in this clear, clean glass of water is just a symbol of that, and it just helps you remember and connect to that water source once more, and just remind yourself why you are here, and that is to release those impurities, release those blockages, release that stagnant water that's in your body, and make it free flowing, pure, beautiful, vibrant water. Finding a nice, comfortable seat on your meditation cushion or any cushion that you have available. And in this class of release, we are just going to start by first tapping into where we are right now on our mats, our alignment, and how we are feeling in this moment. So become aware of how you are sitting on your mat, in your easy pose with your legs crossed. And if your knees are struggling with a crossed position, you are more than welcome to straighten into your legs as well. And just allow yourself to connect within, feel the balance of your body. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Feel your spine's natural alignment, making sure you are not concaving or convexing, but just a nice, natural, straight spine. Your shoulders above your hips. And you can find your mudra, which is a hand gesture, and the mudra we are going to use today is called Jala Mudra. So Jala is Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the ancient yogic language, and Jala in Sanskrit means water, and we are connecting, as you know, with the water element, the flowing element of pure, beautiful, sacred water. So we'll start by connecting the tip of our thumb to the tip of our pinky finger. So connecting the tip of your thumb to the tip of your pinky finger on both hands, palms facing upwards, and just resting gently on your knees, on your thighs, and slowly begin to close into your eyes. Become aware of yourself on your mats. Become aware of any emotion you are feeling, any energy you are feeling. And just begin to bring awareness to your breath. We'll start by deepening into the breath and sighing out the breath as well. So inhaling through the nose, fill up your abdomen and stomach of air. And exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Once again, inhale in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Last time, make your inhale deeper and your exhale longer. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Keeping your eyes closed. We'll now do a breathing technique called Ujjayi breathing. It's almost like the ocean waves are crashing against the shore when you hear this type of breathing. And how you do it is you inhale in through the nose, fully filling your abdomen of air. And as you exhale, you're going to constrict the back of your throat slightly and exhale through the nose as well. So you're going to very subtly, not forcing anything, just feel that light sensation of the shore and the waves crashing against the shore. So let's try and demonstrate. Inhale and exhale out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Continue at your own pace with these inhales and exhales, allowing your body to relax, just be comfortable, and just begin to purify and silence the mind of thoughts, and bringing all your awareness to this breathing technique now. Inhaling in through the nose, constrict the throat, and exhale out through the nose. Make sure you aren't holding any tension in your face, in your jaw, in your neck. Allow your breathing to be natural and balanced, with the inhalation matching the length of the exhalation. Complete this breathing technique with 3 more rounds of inhalations and exhalations. Bringing your awareness back into the body now. Feeling the calming effects of this breathing practice. You can gently release the hand gesture, the mudra, and just wiggle into your fingers. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And one last sigh out through the mouth. And gently blinking your eyes open and bring your gaze back to center. Please start by moving your meditation cushion out from under you, or any cushion that you may have been using, putting it to one side. And just find a nice, comfortable, grounded position with your buttocks on the mat. And we'll just start by first bringing the soles of our feet together into our bound angle pose, or butterfly pose. So it's almost mimicking the butterfly wings with your knees bent. And just bringing your feet as close as comfortable to your body. And we'll start here by just moving into the knees up and down, releasing any tension in the hips before we go deeper into this opening, this hip opening. Bringing stillness to your legs now. Bring your hands up and reach up to the sky as far as you can. Stretch, gaze up. Inhale deeply and exhale. Bring your hands forward, keeping your spine nice and straight as your hands land where they can on the mat. See how far you can go here. Just allow this gentle release as your body is still warming up. See how far you can go. And now, while you are here, just begin to deepen into that breath once again. In through the nose and out through the nose. And you can even gently rock your body from side to side, loosening the lower back, the hips, and just feel that flow. And as you exhale, maybe you find yourself going a little bit deeper. Maybe you can reach your fingers a bit further or bend your elbows a little bit more. And when you have found that place, just come into stillness. Really allow yourself to feel that hip opening sensation in your hips, in your glutes. And try and allow your body to completely relax in this posture. Take 3 more deep and slow breaths here. And once you have completed your final breath, slowly make your way all the way up, holding on to your knees and gently closing into your legs, bringing your knees to touch, bringing both your hands slightly at the back of your mat, and just begin to windshield wipe your knees from side to side, releasing any energy, making it fluid, making it fun. And bring yourself back to neutral position. We are now going to strengthen and wake up the core a little bit. So we are going to lift the feet off the mat. And you can either keep your hands here towards the back of you as you really feel this engagement in your core, tightening into your core, breathing still, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. And if you would like to take it one step further, you can bring your hands on either side of your legs, just really balancing here, focusing on your feet or something in front of you. And take 3 deep breaths here. Last breath, inhale. And exhale if you want to straighten your legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Roll back. Try and make sure you're nicely in the center of the mat and just roll back, bringing your knees into your chest, hugging yourself and just gently rocking from side to side, massaging the spine. Even if you want to bring your head into your knees, just creating a nice ball. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bringing both your feet up to the sky and slowly landing your neck back down if it was still up. And what we are going to do now is we are going to rock and roll until we land on our haunches, on our feet, with our knees bent. So sending your feet back over your head and come forward. You can hold on to the back of your knees as you do this, just rolling back and forth, massaging your spine. When you have created enough momentum, you can come onto your feet, onto your toes, just landing your fingertips for balance first, trying to keep your feet together. And you can find yourself here, if this is enough for you, just on your toes. And you can just try and bring your hands to your chest. It's a nice toe stretch as well. But if you would like to take it one step further, you can hold onto your knees and just give yourself another big hug. It's a nice gentle balance to get your body awake. If you want to bring your head into your knees just to create that real ball shape, you can do that. And just take a couple deep and slow breaths here, reflecting on how this introverted pose feels. Does it bring any emotions up within you? Any childhood memories? Maybe a game of hide and seek? Take a last deep inhale. And just step one knee back at a time, landing your knees onto the mat now. Coming into your square pose, so making sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, finding a nice alignment here. And to just awaken and balance the body here, let's start by arching the spine slightly, gaze up, making your stomach come close to the mat. Allow your spine to arch as you gaze up to the sky, really feeling that deep stretch in your lower back, middle back, upper back. And then rounding up into your chest, coming up to the sky, chin to your chest. Push your shoulder blades up and away from you. And creating a nice fluid motion here, coming back down, stomach to the mat, chin up to the sky. Inhale and exhale, rounding the spine, chin to your chest. Inhale, arch, gaze up. Exhale, round, chin to your chest. And coming back up one more time. And this time, if you want to, you can start moving your hips from side to side. Just really create any movement. You can even do some circular rotations. So with your spine coming up, bring it to the side and around, creating any fluid motion that you feel you need today. Just warming up that spine. You can even bend into your elbows. Come onto your into your child's pose, then coming forward, arching your spine up. Gaze up and come down, child's pose. Come up, arch your spine. Come back down, rounding your spine into child's pose, creating this flow for a few times. Coming forward, keeping your body nice and low to the ground, onto your stomach, placing both your forearms onto the mat, lifting yourself up into your Sphinx pose. So just keeping your elbows nice and close to your body, shoulders directly above your elbows, and just gaze up as you feel this nice, gentle lower spine stretch, feeling your kidneys, just experiencing this release of energy in your lower back. Take a few deep inhales and exhales here. Take one last deep inhale and slow exhale as you slowly come down, bringing both your hands on either side of your chest, tucking in your toes and using your hands to lift yourself up back onto your knees and once again back into your child's pose. This time we're going to hold the child's pose for a little bit longer. Allow your chest to melt over your knees, your fingertips to stretch all the way to the front of the mat. Forehead onto the floor if you can reach. And just deepen your breath here. Allow yourself to completely relax, completely release. Take your last 3 deep and slow conscious breaths. And with your last inhalation and exhalation, coming back into your all fours position now. And we are just going to send our right leg straight and back. And if you can, let your left arm come forward. And just allow yourself to create a nice straight line from fingertips all the way to toe tips. Inhale deeply. And slow exhale and come back to center. Taking it over to the other side. Well done, everybody. And releasing your left leg out straight. Right arm in front of you, creating a nice straight line from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Really tightening into your core. Take a deep breath in. Slow Ujjayi breath out and come back to center. Beautiful. Okay, we are now going to one more time come back into child's pose. Slowly come through as we've practiced already all the way up, but this time coming into your full upward facing dog. This time your thighs are off the mat, shoulders away from your ears. And just feeling this much deeper stretch now into your spine. Inhale and exhale, coming back onto your knees, tucking in your toes and lifting yourself up into the first downward facing dog of the practice. So just gently start to move into your knees. And in your downward facing dog, make sure your belly is drawn in and make sure your tailbone is up and back. And just bring your chest between your arms, really extending and stretching as deep as you can, as deep as you feel comfortable. And just breathe here as you come into stillness, sending your heels to the back of the mat as far as you can as well. Take a few deep and slow breaths. Become aware of every part of your body here. Where are you feeling the most tension? Take your last deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat between your hands. And here you can gently bend your knees, or you can keep your knees nice and straight, whatever is comfortable. Touching the mat or holding onto your ankles, and just bring your arms up and hold on to opposite elbows. As you relax into your head, relax into your face, into your neck, and allow gravity to let your entire upper body relax over top of your legs. And just sink and melt down into the ground. Deep inhales and exhales here. And slowly release your hands down to the mat and bending your knees slightly as you roll up, vertebra by vertebra, head coming up last. Bring your shoulders up and back into your mountain pose. Bending your knees, just adjusting until you find a nice center point. You can either let your feet touch or have them slightly apart. And then just find your center, placing both your hands on either side of your body, Making sure your shoulders are away from the ears, neck elongated, spine straight. And take a deep inhale as you bring your hands up to the sky. Interlock your fingers, point your index fingers up as you slightly arch your back. Inhale and exhale, send your body forward, all the way down into your standing forward fold. Left leg goes back, landing your left knee into your low lunge. Really feel this low lunge, allow your hips to sink as deep as possible into the mat, but still keeping awareness that your knee is directly above your ankle. And just feeling the sensation of your glutes, of your inner thighs, stretching and opening. And if you are ready, you can release your hands off the floor and bring both your hands up and sink a little bit deeper into your low lunge. Inhale and exhale, bringing both your hands onto your knee. Pushing your knee a little bit forward, really feeling that deep stretch. Beautiful. Releasing both your hands on either side of your leg and slowly walking your hands all the way back as you straighten into that leg, into your half split. Just see how far your body can come down. You can even gently flow yourself up and down just to create that space, create that movement within the body. Or you can find stillness and just hold onto your ankle with whichever arm feels comfortable. And just breathe here for a moment. Make sure your hips are aligned. Beautiful. Bending into that knee now. Placing both your hands on either side of that foot, untuck your back toes, lifting your knee off the mat and sending that right knee all the way back into your three-legged dog as you send your foot up to the sky, straight leg, trying to keep your hips aligned with each other. Take a deep breath in and then bending that knee, exhale. And just begin to do a few hip rotations. So send your knee up and around for 1, up and around for 2, up and around for 3, sending it up and away from you, straight leg. And then inhale, bringing your knee into your chest, holding it there for a few moments, holding that core strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release your leg down but parallel to the top end of the mat. So your right knee to your right wrist, right ankle to your left hand. Just allow yourself to wiggle in this pose. You can come onto your fingertips and just arch your spine. Really awaken the body. You can either stay here, or if you would like to take it one step further, you can come down onto your forearms, bringing your hands into prayer or lying over top of your arms, your head on top of your arms. See which way feels best for you. And just consciously become aware of the feelings, the sensations, the emotions, exactly where you are right now. And know that whatever you feel is okay. You are safe. And you are loved. Take a last deep inhale. And slow exhale, coming back onto your hands, tucking your back foot, adjusting yourself so that you can use the strength of your hands to lift yourself up into your downward facing dog. Bending into those knees, coming into stillness, coming into your full downward facing dog. Tailbone reaches for the sky, heels to the mat, chest and head comes through the arms. Breathe. Beautiful. This time lifting your left leg up to the sky, your three-legged dog, and bringing your foot between your hands, landing your right knee, untucking your right toes, and just feeling on this side now that deep stretch of your hips. Moving from side to side, finding where it's comfortable, making sure your knee is directly over your ankle. And when you are ready and you've got the balance, grounding into that foot, bring both your hands up to the sky, interlock the fingers, pointing your index fingers up. Deep stretch into your low lunge, sink your hips a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in, slow breath out, bring both your hands onto your knee. Feeling the sensations in your inner thighs, comparing this side to the other, and gently bringing both your hands on either side of your foot as you straighten into that leg, that bent leg, into your half split now on the left hand side. Trying to see how far you can go. Maybe this side is easier or harder than the other side. Just become aware of that, keeping your spine straight as you bring yourself as close to that extended leg as possible, trying to keep your hips aligned. And you can either stay here or hold onto your ankle with one of your hands, whatever feels comfortable. And just breathe in this moment right now. Last deep inhale. And exhale, bending into that knee, bringing both your hands on either side of that foot, untucking that back foot, and sending that front foot up and back into your three-legged dog, sending it away from you all the way up to the sky, trying to keep your hips aligned, and then bending into that knee, and give yourself nice 3 big hip rotation circles, up and around for 2, up and around for 3, up and away from your body, and coming forward into your chest, holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release parallel to the front of the mat. So your left knee to your left wrist, left foot to your right wrist, just seeing how far it can go. You don't need to have it touching your wrists, but just in that position where you are allowing your glutes, your hamstrings to open, to release. And you can come onto your fingertips, open your heart and chest up to the sky. You can create a few wave-like motions with your body as you come and sink deeper. And if you want to, you can come all the way onto the mat with your palms together, forearms on the mat. And even if you want to lie with your head on your arms, you can do that as well. And just breathe deeply into this deep hip opener. Breathe into the tightness, into the pain, if there is any. Don't let there be too much pain. If if at any point there's too much pain, just gently come out of it and place yourself into your child's pose or any position you feel will help you just rejuvenate. And just find stillness here and take a few deep breaths. Beautiful. Coming back up onto your hands now, tucking in your back foot and lifting yourself back up into your downward facing dog, shaking out your knees, relaxing your head, and just find stillness one more time in this downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, slow breath out, bringing your knees onto the mat. Untuck your toes and just melt yourself back into your child's pose. A beautiful pose to just release. Begin to wind down from all the movements, all the openings. You can bring both your hands on either side of your body for a different variation. And if you want to even bring your knees more together or more wider, just see where you are at and what your body needs right now. Take a few deep and slow Ujjayi breaths. And slowly bringing your hands up on either side of your body and slowly lifting yourself up. We are going to move towards the more front of the mat. And we're going to go into a reclined hero's pose. So if you are comfortable with doing the full one, you can go into the full one with both knees bent. But for those that aren't familiar, just make one foot straight and untucked along the mat, pointing your toes up to the sky and just bending into your right knee, and make sure you're not sitting on your foot, so you're sitting right next to your foot with your knee nice and bent. And what you're going to do now is slowly place your hands on the back and come a bit down all the way onto your elbows, and just feel how your body feels here with this sensation or this knee stretch. If this feels too easy for you, you are welcome to go into the full reclined hero's pose, where you're bending both knees on the sides of your body. But we will ultimately all meet there. Or you can stay here if this is more than enough for you. Otherwise, come all the way down onto your back and come and lift your arms up and over your head. Allow your body to completely relax as you take a few deep and slow breaths here. Really feel it elongating and stretching your quad. Take one more deep breath in and slow breath out as you bring your hands back on either side of you, and using your elbows, lift yourself up onto your hands, using your hands, and come all the way up. And we can swap over now to the opposite leg. So bending into your left knee now, making sure your foot's right next to you, your sit bones, your buttocks, your hips. And just come down like you did on the other side onto your elbows. And stay here for a few breaths. And if you feel ready, you can come all the way down onto your back, shoulders above your head, and just allow yourself to feel the benefits of this deep glute and knee stretch and quad stretch. And if you are up for the challenge to do the full reclined pose, you can come up with me, slowly coming up with using your hands and bringing both knees bent. You can first come onto your knees if that's easier, and then just opening your feet out as you sit, your sit bones between your feet. And then from here, coming back slowly onto your elbows, onto your forearms. If this is enough for you, just stay right here. But if you can, take it all the way down. Just slowly melt yourself all the way onto the mat. And you can bring your hands over your head and just completely rest. Surrender and release. If you feel any sharp sensations at any time, please slowly and gently come out of the pose and just keep your legs straight and just rock them out slightly, removing any tension. And once you are ready, bringing both your hands onto your feet. Using your elbows, lift yourself up, coming onto your hands, and lift yourself all the way up as you come onto your knees now, putting both knees to the side as you sit on your sit bones, bringing your legs forward, and just coming down vertebra by vertebra, knees hugging into your chest one last time. And gently rock from side to side as we wind down this practice now with these last few poses left. And you can find some stillness, lifting both your feet up to the sky, opening your knees out wide and trying to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle and hold on to the outsides of your feet into your happy baby pose. You can rock your knees, your legs from side to side, or you can just find stillness. Soles of your feet up to the sky, knees coming to the sides of your torso, down to the mat. And just take a few final deep and slow breaths right here. Last 3 deep and slow breaths here. Feel your knees melting down into the mat, opening your hips, releasing all that stored energy, all that stored tension. Last inhale. And slow exhale, bringing your feet and knees together, planting them onto the mat, placing both your hands or arms out to either side, and just windshield wipe again your knees from side to side, this time in your reclined pose or posture, just releasing any tension before coming into your final pose, allowing your feet to come all the way down. Allow your hands to face upwards towards the sky. Allow your shoulders to relax. Feel your alignment with your entire body as you sink into the mat now. This final pose is called Shavasana, which is corpse pose. And it's that resting pose which is so important and beneficial at the end of each class, as it really allows your body to absorb everything it's just done, the whole journey. Gives yourself that moment to absorb and reflect. Allow yourself to completely let go here. Completely melt into the mat. Whatever negativity, emotions, or unnecessary baggage that you may have been holding before this class today, allow it all to completely be released. Completely let go. Completely surrender. Allow yourself to become aware of your body now. Your body resting peacefully on the mat. Become aware of how you are feeling right now. How your mind, body, and spirit is feeling right now. Gently begin to bring movement into your fingers and your toes, and stretching your hands up and above over your head from all the way to the tips of your fingers, all the way to the tips of your toes. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. And gently rocking from side to side, allowing yourself to gently fall onto one side, cradling your head in your arm or on your hand, whatever's comfortable. And using your opposite arm to gently and slowly lift you up into your seated position, legs crossed at the center of your mat, your palms once again in your Jala Mudra, with the tip of your thumb touching the tip of your pinky finger. And take one final deep inhale in through the belly and sigh it out through the mouth. And release your mudra, bringing your palms of your hands to touch at your heart center in prayer. Gently bowing down your head and thanking yourself for being here today. Thank yourself for taking this time to honor you and to release all that no longer serves you. You are whole and complete, and you are exactly where you need to be. Bringing your chin to your chest, honoring your divine self. You can gently bring your gaze back to center, blinking your eyes open, back into this physical world that we are in right now. I send you so much love and light, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And please join me for the full 5-day journey of rediscovering the true you. This is just day 1. There is so much more to uncover. Thank you so much for joining me. I send you so much love and light. Namaste.